For millennia, it has guarded secrets of a lost age. But what if everything we thought we knew about the Sphinx is a lie? The official story claims Pharaoh Khafre built it around 2500 BC, a colossal monument to his reign. But look closely. These deep vertical fissures tell a different story. A controversial tale of water erosion, not wind and sand. Rainfall heavy enough to cause this level of weathering hasn't occurred in the Giza Plateau for at least 7,000 years. It suggests the Sphinx predates dynastic Egypt by millennia. This fundamental conflict has split the world of Egyptology for a century. On one side, tradition. On the other, geology and physics. The Sphinx, a lion with a human head, 73 meters long. A masterpiece of engineering whose purpose remains shrouded in mystery. Was it a sun god, a guardian, or something more? Restoration efforts have obscured the original stone, further complicating the dating process. Every modern intervention is a layer of noise over the ancient truth. For decades, Egyptologists relied on simple excavation and textual evidence, which, in the case of the Sphinx, is entirely non-existent for its construction. The prevailing theory insists it was merely Khafre's portrait, carved from a natural mound of bedrock. Simple, undeniable, yet fundamentally challenged by the stone itself. The head is noticeably small for the body, another piece of evidence suggesting the body was weathered, carved, and then later, the head potentially recarved from a smaller existing structure. But if the water erosion hypothesis is correct, the Sphinx must be older than 5000 BC. That rewrites the entire history of civilization. A claim this grand requires irrefutable modern evidence. For years, whispers have persisted of hidden chambers beneath the monument, passageways leading to a legendary Hall of Records, or a secret library of ancient knowledge. These aren't just theories. Several openings and hollows have been physically found. Some were investigated and declared natural fissures, then quietly sealed. The challenge: traditional archaeology is now forbidden near the core structure. To find the truth, we must look through the stone, not at it. We brought in the latest non-invasive technology, ground-penetrating radar and advanced LiDAR. Tools that can map the subsurface in stunning 3D detail without moving a single grain of sand. This is the moment of truth. Are there voids? Are there anomalies? The data streaming in would soon answer questions that have puzzled humanity for millennia. Deep beneath the bedrock, below the level of previous shallow investigations, the radar picked up something massive, something geometrical. Too perfect to be natural. What we found was not a fissure. It was a clear, large-scale structural anomaly. An echo of a space, roughly 10 by 15 meters, buried 20 meters down. The geometric precision immediately ruled out any known natural fault or cavern in the Giza Plateau. This had to be man-made. The Hall of Records. Was it real? But confirming its existence isn't enough. We needed to know its purpose, and more critically, its age. This is where we took a scientific leap. We turned to artificial intelligence, a deep learning network trained to identify human construction patterns and, crucially, to model erosion rates based on known historical climate data. The AI's verdict was stunning, a 98.7% probability that the structure was artificial. The geometry, the density, the surrounding material, it all screamed engineered vault. Then came the most game-changing result: the dating model. By correlating the depth and type of weathering on the Sphinx's body with the climate record, the AI calculated a construction period. The Sphinx, the AI concluded, was most likely constructed between 5000 and 7000 BC, potentially even older. This pushes the timeline of advanced civilization back by thousands of years. This discovery is more than just a date. It's evidence of a sophisticated culture existing at Giza long before the pharaohs. A civilization capable of carving colossal monuments and hiding massive underground vaults. Who were these builders? What was their message? And what knowledge did they lock away in that subterranean vault for us to find? The Sphinx, long seen as a guardian of the pharaohs, might in fact be the last surviving monument of a forgotten era. A time capsule placed to survive the cataclysms of the past. The scientific debate is over. The new evidence is conclusive. Now, the real mystery begins. How do we gain entry to the deepest secret beneath the world's most famous statue? Perhaps the key to the vault lies hidden in plain sight, a final riddle waiting to be solved. The Great Sphinx has yielded its secret to modern science, but the full story of the civilization that built it is still waiting to be told. Start of conflict. Finding the anomaly was just the first step. The real conflict lies in proving its human origin and dating it accurately against centuries of established dogma. Every discovery that challenges the traditional timeline is met with fierce resistance. The consensus is a powerful barrier, often stronger than the stone itself. The raw data was complex. Was that symmetrical echo a chamber wall, or just a deeply buried seam in the bedrock? The data points were too noisy to be conclusive alone. We employed sonic testing. By measuring how sound waves travel and reflect off the material, we could determine the density differences between the surrounding bedrock and the void. The sonic test results were definitive. The reflection profile was consistent with a large, air-filled chamber, but its depth and lack of an obvious entrance remained a challenge. Drilling to confirm was out of the question. The integrity of the Sphinx itself is paramount. Any physical confirmation had to wait, but the scientific investigation could not. Past searches often focused on the area directly under the head or near the tail. They failed because the chamber wasn't there. It was buried much deeper and further forward. We combined the GPR data with high-resolution LiDAR scans of the entire enclosure. The goal to see if the builders had subtly altered the landscape to conceal the entrance. The LiDAR revealed an extremely subtle linear depression leading from the Khafre causeway directly toward the anomaly. Almost too subtle to be natural. It was an ancient guidepost, a feature that only advanced mapping could reveal. It pointed not to the Sphinx itself, but to the exact location of the subterranean vault. This is the point where human intuition and raw data hit a wall. To make the leap from anomaly to irrefutable man-made structure, we needed the intelligence of a machine. We used a neural network trained on thousands of known ancient and modern structures, rock formations, and natural caves. Its task to classify the GPR echo signature. The AI didn't care about the historical narrative. It cared about physics. And the physics stated unequivocally that the pattern of reflection was an artificial void. The probability reached a breakthrough level. The existence of the vault was proven. The next step was the most audacious. Use the AI not just for structure, but for time. The AI was fed all paleoclimate data for the region. It modeled how water runoff would scour the limestone based on the known rainfall periods of the early Holocene. It was running a simulation of time itself. Working backward year by year until the erosion model matched a point where the Sphinx would have been newly carved and pristine. The date that appeared on the screen was simply staggering. It confirmed the most controversial theory in archaeology. The Sphinx was built thousands of years before the pharaohs, and a massive secret vault lies buried beneath its gaze. The world's history is about to be rewritten. Dr. Vance is now in a modern press briefing room, calm and professional, with the key AI data projected behind her. She commands the attention of the room. The AI's erosion model consistently points to a construction date between the end of the last ice age and the beginning of the Neolithic period in Egypt. Furthermore, the existence of a large man-made chamber buried 24 meters beneath the Sphinx's forepaws is no longer speculative.
Doctor, are you suggesting a lost civilization built at this? This contradicts everything taught in Egyptology.
The science does not suggest. The science proves. The geological evidence has always been there, but only non-invasive, AI-driven analysis could confirm its implications. The evidence of heavy water erosion, which occurred during the African humid period, is a signature that cannot be faked or misinterpreted by an objective algorithm. The structure beneath is highly sophisticated. The AI model suggests a complex entrance mechanism designed for long-term preservation and security. The conventional timeline suggests only simple, nomadic cultures existed at that time. But the Sphinx is a testament to advanced geometry, engineering, and astronomical alignment. This level of precision is not accidental. It speaks to a profound understanding of mathematics and the cosmos, far beyond what we attribute to that alleged period. The greatest discovery is not the vault itself, but the confirmation of a civilization lost to history. A civilization that consciously buried its knowledge. The Sphinx, the Hall of Records, whatever its true name, it's a time capsule waiting for the right moment and the right technology to be opened. Our work as archaeologists must now shift from simply digging to a sophisticated technological dialogue with the past. AI is the key to that conversation. What knowledge is preserved in that darkness? Mathematics, astronomy, or a deeper truth about human origins? The answer lies 20 meters below. Our phase of scientific mapping is complete. The next phase will require an unprecedented global effort to safely access the vault. Final scene of resolution conclusion. The Sphinx is no longer a silent guardian. It's a loud, clear voice from a forgotten past, demanding a rewrite of history. The builders clearly intended for this vault to remain sealed until a specific, unknown future date. We must accept the possibility of a forgotten mother culture, an advanced society that collapsed, leaving only a few giant markers like the Sphinx.
The AI analysis of the material density is conclusive. It cannot be a cistern.
But the structural data suggests otherwise.
The density map rules it out. It's a vault.
Regardless of the controversy, the evidence demands a radical reassessment of the timeline of human ingenuity. The underground chamber is not random. It resonates. The sound reflections suggest a highly finished, carefully constructed space designed for stability. To those builders, the Sphinx was not a sculpture of a king. It was a cosmic marker, aligned to the stars of that remote era. The AI's dating model corroborates the astronomical alignment theories. The Giza Plateau is a clock set to a time we had long forgotten. The tools of the 21st century have finally validated the whispers of the ancients. Science and legend have converged. The team's success lies not just in the data, but in the courage to trust technology over entrenched human bias. The integration of LiDAR, GPR, sonic testing, and AI leaves no room for doubt. The evidence is overwhelming. This discovery will fundamentally change the way ancient history is taught in schools and universities worldwide. The truth, long buried beneath sand and dogma, is finally beginning to emerge into the light. Throughout history, others have sought to silence the Sphinx, to erase its true message. But the message was preserved in the stone itself. Our responsibility now is not just to discover, but to protect. To ensure this fragile ancient truth is shared with the world ethically and responsibly. Plans are already underway for a highly controlled micro-tunneling operation to visually confirm the contents of the vault. Every move is calculated. We have one chance to see what lies inside without compromising the structural integrity of the monument. The journey to the vault is long and fraught with peril. It's a journey not just through rock, but through time. We've found the vault, and the writing, it's unlike anything ever seen in dynastic Egypt. These are not the symbols of the pharaohs. They are the language of a lost, sophisticated civilization. Pure mathematics, pure astronomy. At the center of the chamber, a single object. A stone tablet, perfectly preserved, radiating immense significance. We did it. The key to the ancient world is right here. The contents of the vault will rewrite not just Egyptian history, but the history of mankind. Our understanding of civilization, technology, and spirituality. We now know that advanced knowledge was deliberately concealed. We must not make the same mistake. This history belongs to everyone. This object is a key, a final piece of the puzzle left by the unknown builders. The silence of the Sphinx is broken. The truth is out. The question is, what do we do with it now? The age of the Sphinx is not a mystery. It's a challenge to our understanding of ourselves. Start of resolution. The world reacted with a mix of awe and skepticism, but the scientific evidence was ironclad. For us, the celebration was brief. The real work, deciphering the vault's contents, was just beginning. The geometric carvings are not a language in the traditional sense. They are a universal code, pure mathematical constants and astronomical data. What we found suggests a level of technological and intellectual advancement that defies our understanding of the Stone Age. The tablet is a map, not of a place, but of a celestial event, a warning of a past cataclysm. It seems the vault was intended as more than a library. It was a time capsule, a final message from a dying civilization about a global catastrophe. The knowledge they stored was not just about the past. It was a survival manual for the next global reset. We now understand why the Sphinx was built to endure. Its purpose was to outlast any human-made disaster. The challenge now is integrating this revolutionary knowledge into our current understanding without causing panic or confusion. The data from the vault is now being analyzed by top scientists across every major discipline: physics, mathematics, astronomy, and history. The Sphinx, the supposed guardian of a pharaoh, has revealed its true identity as the keeper of an almost unimaginable past. Our civilization now stands at a crossroads, forced to confront the fact that we are not the first, and perhaps not the most advanced, society to inhabit this planet. The vault's deepest secret is a terrifying truth. History is cyclical, and the Great Reset is an inevitability written in the stars. The knowledge we sought for decades is finally ours. Now we must prove we are worthy of it. The secret behind the Sphinx is no longer a mystery. It is a legacy, a challenge from a forgotten world. The evidence of the past is a blueprint for the future. The Sphinx has spoken. My team's mission to find the truth is over. The world's mission to understand it has just begun. Join the discussion. What knowledge would a 7,000-year-old civilization deem important enough to bury forever? The Great Sphinx now stands as a monument, not just to the ancient past, but to the incredible future of discovery.